Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up now.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Whew, we're having an adventure today. Just came from the Jov and Jug show, which was on both its own channel and the Damn channel. That was a trip. We were watching Mormon cartoons and other things, and now we're over here and we're gonna play Pride or Prejudice, among other things, probably, hopefully. So the idea for this show was I have a whole bunch of quotes, and we were gonna try to guess whether they were from a bigot or an advocate. But so far, it's just me and Lilith, and Lilith is away. So, ah, goodness, it's been a heck of a weekend. I didn't actually do a Sunday show. Partly because I'm like redesigning and resetting up stuff. I had planned to do one of those, take another stab at doing the call-in show, the vertical stream where people can actually call in. I got a phone number I can tap into and everything, but I got a little bit thrown. On Friday, Philosophy Tube released a new video, and I love to watch Philosophy Tube. For anybody who hasn't seen it, I don't want to spoil the twist, so just like close your eyes for another minute or so.
The philosophy of reproduction is a fascinating field, and whether you are having kids or, like me, you're not having kids, there are Actually, can we cut there? Actually, yeah, let's cut there, and we'll take a 15-minute break. And we'll yeah, let's have a tea break, and we'll come back and we'll shoot the. Yeah, sorry.
Now, of course, Abigail is setting up the next video superbly well done. But for those of you who've been following my adventures for the past year, I hope you can understand why that hit me like a fucking truck. And I needed to take some time. So, you know, I did manage to do something I could get worked up over the live show on Saturday about the Sixth Circuit Court's ruling about biological pronouns and reversing the legal definition of discrimination. I was able to do like a quick 15-minute show before the debate review with Mark. But like, I needed to take some time. I needed to like clear off my schedule and address things, you know. So yeah, but now we're a bit more online, in line, out of line. We get out of line here. And yes, I'm still flustered. I'm still a little bit shaken by that kind of thing, because it's like, I mean, that's a big deal for anybody, but considering the truly ridiculous amount of bullshit in this past year, I'm not going to get into it because it'll derail the entire fucking show. Yeah. It's I don't know how this Pride or Prejudice thing is going to work without other people. I mean, I suppose I could just like use chat polls. We could try it with chat polls and see what happens. It might be fun. There is a poll in the chat currently, which is who is kinder in general. And right now, the votes are Christians, 0%, gender and sexual minority folk, 22%, and subscribers, 78%. And you know what? That's a really good metric of identification, I think. Because in my experience, the subscribers here are overwhelmingly the kinder and friendliest people that I personally have seen here on the YouTubes. So I appreciate that. All right, so I'll just end that poll so that we can try to stick another poll in there, and I will throw a quote out. I'm not sure how this is going to work, but we'll try it. Okay, so we'll try to keep it simple. I will do a quote, and I guess we'll be like, who said it? Was it a hater or a hero? So yeah, so the first quote, we'll start with a super easy one. Hope will never be silent. Now, I really don't know how this is going to work because, like, y'all have Google, you know, you can just look up who said shit. But I'll type it into a poll. We'll see what happens. Who said it? And was it a hater or a hero? And I wish there were a faster way to make polls. Like if you could just click a couple of buttons, like have a poll set to go or something. But alas, we can have 4K videos, but we have to like manually type in the text every time. It's wild. You know what? Maybe I could do it without the polls. Maybe we could just do like a 1 or 2 in chat kind of thing. Like 1 for a hero, 2 for a hater, or 1 for a hero and 0 for a hater because the haters are 0. I don't know. I mean, we're making this up on the fly. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. And oh, hey, we summoned a Lilith. Look at that. I just had to say hello, everyone.
Hello.
How's you doing?
Okay.
You seem a bit out of sorts. Too much kip action.
Huh?
Too much kip action.
No, family action that I give out.
That's fair. Whomst among us has not had family struggles of some kind?
Yeah.
Especially recently. Everything is... There's times I feel like CERN blew up the universe in 2016 or something, like the day after Harambe died, and we're living in a nightmare version, a shadow of reality, because things are so crazy. Like, shit just does not make sense. You know? Like,
Yeah.
how... I could understand, I could almost accept the reality of Trump being elected president the first time, because Americans are very stupid and will vote for the most famous person on the ballot. But after living through his presidency and all the horrible shit that came with it, not just bad policy, but 1 million Americans dying from his dumb fuckery, to then have him elected again, it just can't. It's not real. It goes too far. It can't be real. It doesn't make sense. It's like knowing that water is made of 2 hydrogens and an oxygen, and then looking at water under a microscope, and it's fucking cesium and beryllium. This is not water though. But then it is water though. You know, it's like,
Yeah. No, I get it.
something is just the most surface level aspect of reality. You know, it's a whole thing. It's a whole fucking thing. Anyhow, on the subject of today's show, do you have thoughts about our first quote? Hope will never be silent.
Yeah, mainly because the people who do have hope don't know how to shut up about it. And they can be good or bad, but I don't hear a lot of people with the hope, the people who full-heartedly believe it, can't shut up about it.
Well, even if we don't fully believe it, because like there are days when I am struggling. Today's kind of one of those. But I keep going with hope on... Okay, like I've mentioned before, the reason I chose the name Ember was because I was fully fucking burned out. I was done. I was done with life. I was just... We're finished. It's over. We're just done, right? Like, not that I was going to go hurt myself, just I no longer cared. I was completely burned out. And so I picked the name Ember for a bunch of reasons, but one of the big ones was because I was hoping that somewhere deep inside there was still a spark that I might be able to rekindle. I was pretty sure there wasn't, but I was hoping anyway. And what could possibly go wrong, right? Because if I'm wrong, I'm just done, right? But if I'm right, there's a reason to keep trying. And it turns out I was right. So hooray. So yeah, sometimes hope is an not just an action, but an aggressive refusal to accept what seems to be true on the off chance that something better might just be possible. And sometimes we need to do that, or we'll never get the better thing. You know?
Yeah.
I'm over here preaching, and Lil's like,
Yeah, I just had a spat with my mom that it should not have been a spat. So
do we need to do violence? I know you live in Texas. Texas is a big state, but I'm pretty sure all of us together could find this person.
It's just over stupid crap. It's been stupid crap. I'm like, of all days, You couldn't wait 2 hours to bring this up. Let me get off the shows first, and then we can do this. But what you gonna do? It's always find the most inconvenient time and then spring it on you. So
I mean, that is sort of what some people do best. Is they just have an instinct for the worst possible. I mean, is there ever really a good time? But like when you're in the middle of doing something,
and she knows this, which makes it like I've been up since 1 o'clock working. I've got a massive freaking migraine, and I'm still trying to do everything else. And then she springs this on me. It's just like, I can handle one thing. I can't handle all of the time.
I get that. Like after a while, living in the modern era, you have to get good at juggling. Like you never have just one thing going on. You never ever get to just sit and relax and like watch a show, right? Like even if you have a show on, you're making notes for something else and you're assembling something else and your feet are like knitting a blanket. Like you cannot ever rest, and that's by design. That's supposed to keep us stressed and distracted and divided so we don't stop the assholes who are doing this to us. But that's another topic for another day. The point is, we're all very good at juggling now, but there's a hard limit. Like even the world's best juggler, he can juggle like 19 bowling pins or something. If you throw a 20th at him, he's going to drop all of them.
Yeah.
Like you cannot go past your limit or everything collapses.
Yeah. It's just with me, and this is just me, my mental and numbers and stuff wanting to go is like, if I can get 100 subscribers, then it's like, this thing might be reasonable. Like, I might be able to make some sort of impact here. And so it's just like, just kind of waiting for that. That won't make my day, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, there's pluses and minuses. Like,
yeah.
You don't necessarily have to. How to phrase it? Subscriber number, as everyone keeps telling me, subscriber numbers is not everything, right? Like there are a bunch of people who watch but never hit subscribe. That's still true here, right? Like every single video, I see the metrics, and it's like 30% of people are subscribed, 70% aren't. Incidentally, if you're new here or if you're not new here, check that subscribe button and maybe tap that damn thing. Give it a little love, give it a little rub, and see if a genie pops out or so. I don't know, folks.
A genie might pop out.
We're just going with it here. Yeah. But also subscribe to Lil over at Lil of All Trades. Also new channel, right? Like you just started it and you're closing in on 100. Like it took me like a month and a half to get to 100.
I seriously thought it was going to take me months to get to where I am. I've got a great community. So.
And that's the thing. Even if you didn't start your own channel, you're still having an influence because you're part of the community and you're active.
And it says something on how I feel about this community. I just have a fight with my mom that would normally lead to me just coming in here and just kind of spiraling and doing my own thing. But you know what I'd rather do? I'd rather come on here. I'd rather jump on the show with you and have some fun with you and this community instead. I'd rather be here.
Me too. I appreciate that. I have a very similar perspective. And that, incidentally, is one of the reasons that I'm so reluctant to talk about either drama with other creators or personal issues. Like I've said before, I want to try to be open so that other people understand and people who are like me know they're not alone. But I also, this is supposed to be like the chill stream where we get to just be the community together. Like we try to cover topics and make progress on critical thinking issues and stuff, but in a very low key, chill way. And so I don't want to get like all into the deeps and darks and things. But one thing that's deep Deviant Outcast, who sends a member
Yes.
chat. 10 months of membership at the Cinder level, no less. Deviant's in the credits. You might have noticed. And Deviant says, check Discord, Ember. Also, I'm an Ember member. Woohoo! It's true. It's true. And that is a great way to get my attention if I haven't checked the Discord. Okay, give me a second while I read, because reading one thing and talking, I can read and listen at the same time, but I cannot read and talk at the same time unless I'm reading out the thing I'm reading. It's brains are weird.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, just a bit of Norse piracy and things. Is that a blanket? Like, I know.
Yeah.
So on the earlier stream, Lil was topless because Bree said something about being topless, and we still don't know why. But Lil wasn't actually topless. YouTube, relax. But like, whatever. I was in my magic underwear. We both changed real quick between shows because,
It
like,
got
well, I
cold.
don't have a problem with that outfit. I'm like, it was only for the joke. You know, never mind. Just never mind. It's fine.
Although this shirt says, if at first you don't succeed, try doing what Lila told you to do the first time.
That's probably good advice.
I found one with Ember on it too.
That's right. You sent me a thing. Let me see if I can find it. If I can find it. Oh my goodness. I get a surprising number of Discord messages. It's pretty wild. Okay. Let
Christmas is
me see if I can
coming.
open it. Open link. Okay. And now, oh, right. I have to push buttons to share things. Ugh. Buttons. Goodness. Okay, and now I have to. Okay, it actually did add to the stage. Hooray! So yeah, that's what Lil sent me, is because I'm Ember. That's why. So yeah.
I thought it fit you. I just thought, I am building my Christmas list.
I mean, I've got so much stuff on my list of stuff I need, and like, it's an ugh. But if you need more stuff for your Christmas list, we can do a capitalism. It's almost like Black Friday or something. So we've got Tangent shirt. Oh right, we've got the not smelliest thing ever. It's a the Yahweh away nil scented soy candle.
There has been no Yahweh here. It works.
Hell yeah. And you can find that and a bunch of other random stuff on oh, hold on, let me
It's Kip approved. It's Kip approved.
Hell yeah. So you could go to betterthanember.com, all the way on the right. The store link will open up the store, and you can find all the items: the Java and Jugs mug, the St. Paul's biblically accurate crop top or hoodie. You are cordially invited to shut the fuck up. That is a quote from St. Paul. It is biblically accurate according to one apologist's interpretation of a translation of a forgery. Just so we're clear. But it is biblically accurate from a certified apologist. But this, Lil is just showing us the Yahweh away nil scented soy candle. An aroma unpleasing to the Lord. With it, this unscented soy candle will fill your space with the aroma of Nil, the great not God and creator of creator gods, protecting you from Yahweh, Jehovah, Jesus, Allah, and all those other evil spirits that crave the scent of burning flesh. Banish dark gods with your own pure light. Get the Yahweh away. I can't even, the joke commercialism, it's my joke, and I still can't do it with a straight face.
It's awesome, though.
Oh boy, or girl. Oh goodness.
Once I use all the candle and I just have the jar left over, it is going to be a doggy treat jar.
Okay. Yahweh away,
which
doggy
will
treat.
also keep Yahweh away.
Probably. So Aunt Jer asks to repeat the quote. This first quote is, "Hope will never be silent." And I realize I've been neglecting the quote because I'm like trying to do the talky thing. The poll says 20% hater, 80% hero. And I think we'll do the 1-2 thing going forward because checking a poll is extremely cumbersome. So yeah, that quote was, oh shit, we have an invader from the north.
Can you hear me? Oh, yes.
Indeed.
Hey!
Hi. Yeah, I actually been backstage a little while, but I didn't want.
It
I
didn't.
wanted to
I
give you
didn't
your.
see. I was probably clicking through Windows and I didn't see the
Yeah,
notification. Normally it makes like a doorbell noise, but I didn't get that either.
it's technology. It works
For
in
real.
mysterious ways.
I know. It's like our gods. Should we
I know.
like burn candles to make the algorithm go? Is that what we're doing wrong?
I I actually so I used for a while to work in a research lab with a machine that was to be calibrated. And since it was a test machine, it didn't always work right. So every morning when I came to work, before I started up the machine, I petted it, I said good morning, and I kind of let it into the day, like, we're going to start you up now. We have a lot of work, but you're going to do fine. A bit of pep talk and thanking it for every step of the startup that it finished. And I found that that worked much better. Probably because it amused me so much, I was in a better mood, more so than the machine. Also, I'm very far away from that machine now, so I can say this without hopefully
It
it
won't
coming
hear
after
you.
me. Exactly.
That's fair. That's fair. No, sometimes a lot of our rituals are actually for us rather than the other assorted things. Like people are like, oh, we do the thing to appease the spirit. Or no, we do it because it makes us feel better, knowing it's a silly
Yeah.
thing to do that we don't have to do.
Hmm.
I feel that way about lipstick a lot. Like, I mean,
No.
makeup in general, but a lot of especially Mondays when we do double streams and start super early, my makeup is like eyeliner and maybe lipstick, like, uh I was
It's
so
your
mad when I was
happy
changing
Monday
between
lipstick.
shows. The countdown was going. I ran to the bathroom and peeked in the mirror. I don't think you can see it on camera, but I have a tiny little zit on my nose, and I'm like, I didn't even put makeup on my nose today. Why are you reacting when there's nothing on you? It's so second puberty, folks. It's rude. It has no compassion or consideration, or it doesn't even make sense. It's just gonna
Hey,
do.
I often say, first of all, don't lie to children. Second of all, one of the worst lies we were told as children were bullying will stop with age. The second one, pimples will disappear past puberty. It's not true. It's lies. It's dirty, dirty, dirty lies. And I stand by it.
I mean, yeah, there's okay. So one of the misconceptions, it's part of this binary thinking that makes up such a huge part of Western culture, is this: you're a child or you're an adult. They really don't like that puberty is a period. They want there to be a day, whether
Yep.
it's your confirmation or your bris or whatever. There's a day where you go from being a child to being an adult, like a switch, even though they can clearly see nature just keeps changing. But they want it to be, once you're an adult, you're just an adult. That's not true. It's never been true. You never stop changing. And so we see a bunch of videos around the YouTubes. Every adult goes through a second puberty around 30, or every adult goes through a second puberty around 40 or 45, or every adult like, you never stop changing. That's part of being alive, is constant change, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Someone said I sounded like some
like Sabine Hassenfelder, but less insane.
who
Thank you,
is
Mark.
that? I have to.
So Sabine Hassenfelder is I believe she's German. She's a former was she an astrophysicist or just a regular physicist? Anyway, she's a former physicist. She used to make Professor Dave style videos on like how to get through these physics exams or whatever. But in the last few years, she has skewed hard into Crazy Town. And she every conspiracy is true. And we normal people believe that nothing should be believed. It's all fake. And I don't know, maybe it's the physics. It's been known to happen. Like once you really start to understand the Schrodinger equations, you can go one of two ways. You can either realize they're a symbol, a mathematical construct offered as a model to help understand a real world phenomenon, or you can think they are literal and the universe doesn't exist unless you yourself are observing it. And if you go that route, your brain breaks. You start short-circuiting left and right because you start to develop these weird ideas that the moon isn't there if someone isn't looking at it, you know? All this kinds of crazy shit. And so
personally,
maybe
it sounds reasonable. We know a lot of very intelligent, very prominent figures within science who turned out to also have a very skewed idea about reality. Personally, I feel like the more sane I become, the more I leave behind any sorts of I've never been a conspiracy theorist per se, but magical thinking and hoping possibilities, yada yada yada. The more worldly I become, to use a Christian term, the more insane I become.
Yeah.
I mean, well, what do you mean by insane? You know, because like even that can be a thing. Anyway, Kip asks, is there actually a difference? Astrophysicist, physicist, it's all the same thing. I will remind you. So the weasel plays with lasers, and the lasers are cool. Yeah. Very fucking cool. But when he and I talk, my specialty is in astrophysics and his specialty is in nuclear physics. And so we know shit the other doesn't know, which is one of the reasons that, I mean, I can't speak for him, but I have such a fun time conversing with him because we can nerd out on the same wavelength, but with different knowledge bases. They're almost two completely separate fields.
Yeah.
It's fucking cool.
Yeah, because astrophysics, there's a bunch of other physics that's tied into that, but then of those other physics, there's a lot that's not. It is truly its own standalone field almost, to where, yeah, like you can talk to people who specialize in magnets. And, yeah, what Ember said.
It's like, it's a fucking joke. Relax. Well,
I have a migraine.
First of all,
I can't keep up.
I just assume everything you say is a joke, Kip, unless you're correcting something biblical, because that, I mean, we know Kip fucking loves the Bible. That shit gets serious. But most of the time, Kip is joking. But also, there's a lot of people who don't know. So I felt like explaining it anyway. I don't know. I'm probably silly.
On
it's the
that
weasel
note,
trigger.
oh,
yeah,
Yeah. On that note, I am probably going to bow out. My migraine is going to about 11, way sooner than I expected it to, and so I'm going to go lay down and grab an ice pack and hopefully forget the world for a few hours.
Do you
That's
have
valid.
something like I'm
I
not
don't
sure
have
what
any
the
meds
what,
to take for it.
oh, poor
I
thing.
just have to go lay down and hope it can go away.
Yeah,
Let's
you
see
do
if when
that.
I get up, I have 100 subscribers. That will make my day, but I don't know
Go
where I'm going to find.
subscribe.
Go
Go
subscribe.
subscribe to Lilith,
I don't know
and
N-
it
n-
will
where I'm going
make
to find the
the
Hey,
migraine demons go away.
now I realize most of y'all who are here are also subscribed over there, but those of you who aren't, let's make Lil's day a little bit better and just get that third digit on the counter, you know?
Thanks, everybody. Yeah. All right. Well, I will see you guys soon. I'll see you
Take
tomorrow.
care, Lilith.
All right.
Much
Bye.
love.
Feel better.
Bye.
Try to feel better.
Bye.
I won't tell you what
I'll
to do,
try
but
to.
you know.
Bye.
Don't tell me what to do, Ember.
That was my tactic. I ordered her. No, I ordered her to take care of herself. Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Whew.
That's fair. That's fair. On that note, I also have to thank Aunt Jer, who sent me a little thing over the weekend and told me to go get some food, and I did, and I felt better. So thank you.
Mhm. I mean, sometimes it is those small, just mundane, seemingly mundane things. So one of my best and closest friends, um, he when he doesn't eat, his mood goes. It's not good. He becomes not hostile, but really grumpy. But more than that, he becomes kind of depressed and uh, what's the word? His geist disappears. Like there's no point to anything. Why am I doing this? I should sell everything I own and burn up my motorcycles and quit my job and move into a
Mm,
cave and never leave. That
the,
sort of
the nihilistic futility of it all.
exactly.
Yeah.
And oftentimes when that happens, he calls me to just vent. And I'm happy to listen and I try to help. And then I remember, food. So I'm like, have you eaten? And he gets quiet and then, no. You go take something to eat, call me back, and we'll talk. And when he calls me back, he's like, yeah, forget about all that. That was nonsense. I don't know what the heck was going on with me.
It's a thing a lot of people forget is like our food, like the nutrition transmitting through our blood, right? Like we eat the food, it gets broken down and digested and so on and so forth, and whatever. It's just as critical to brain function as neurotransmitters. Like if you have a chemical imbalance in your brain, if you're not getting enough dopamine or whatever, your thinking isn't going to be working right. It's the same if your
Exactly.
food level gets too low. There's a reason all these survival video games have hunger meters,
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna fuck you up. You
Yeah.
know, you have to. I know it's hard. I mean, I know it's hard. Another thing I've been struggling with recently is weight loss, right? Like
Yeah.
I've been trying to lose weight. I'm still much heavier than every fucking physician says I should be. But at the same time, I am physically smaller than I've been in my entire adult life. And this is one of the reasons that it feels like reality's coming apart around me, because I've got hard data that says I am overweight, but I've got observable evidence that says I am underweight. And I don't know what the fuck is real. And it seems to change depending on what I'm doing or what I'm talking about. And it's driving me fucking batty. I know there's a piece of information I'm missing, that there's a certain one of these perspectives is true and the other is missing something, but I don't know which one. And
no, I get that. I don't know if I think I've told you, but for the listeners, I struggled with eating disorders, primarily anorexia, since my early teens. I've been relapse free now since the summer of 2012, and I'm very proud of it. But it took me going into a treatment program that lasted a couple of months. And during that time, you didn't really have. First of all, I was decided I need to get out of this. It's ruining my life. I can't feel better as long as this is going on. I can't take care of the shit that I really need to take care of with my mental health as long as this thing is hovering over everything. But what I noticed, because the program was very much based around just eating. So breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, dinner, evening snack, and full portions and all of it. It was, I can tell you, it was torture in the beginning. But after a while, I actually started to notice that my brain started to function again. I hadn't noticed that my brain didn't function the way it should or it used to, because it was so gradual. But once it started to function again, and once my hormones became more not in starving mode anymore, I too had all of this. One thing that's like, I can't really, you guys don't use kilograms, but
I prefer
I'm
them,
5'2". Oh, you do? Oh, good. I'm 5'2". At my lowest, I weighed 42 kilograms.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
So for you imperialists, that's something on the order of 85 to 90 pounds.
Yeah. As a grown person, this was while I was in university studying. I was in Czech Republic doing digs, weighing like a freaking 11-year-old or 10-year-old. But all of that time, when I looked myself in the mirror, what I saw was, excuse the language, but this is the language I used to refer to myself back then, a fatso. And so when I started to gain weight through this program, I noticed that everything told me that gaining weight would mean that I would become larger. But the image I saw in the mirror stayed the same. The clothing started to fit, and I no longer had to buy like my jeans and trousers at the children's department. I could buy them at the grown-up department. or from the grown-up department. But the image in the mirror didn't really change. And that told me how skewed my my eyes had been when I was anorectic. And the fixation, I did nothing but thought about food every single day, laying out like, when am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? And it took me hours. Like, one piece of toast was my dinner. I divided it into four quarters. Of course, there are four, into quarters, and had a different, like a tiny piece of cheese on one, maybe some jam or something on one, and I spent about 2 hours to eat them, because the different toppings made my brain think I ate more, so I felt less starved while simultaneously knowing that I didn't. And meanwhile eating, I watched cooking shows on TV.
Well, that's not super helpful.
No, but that was the highlight of my days. I thought I liked it, but it was really me torturing myself. And once my brain had enough energy to function, I couldn't figure that out.
Yeah, it's sort of a self-reinforcing thing. So I've
Yeah.
I have a lot of weird similarities with it. I've mentioned before how I'm starting to get worried because, like, I look in the mirror and I see a fat girl, and then I put on a fucking size 0 dress and it fits. And I put on, like, my regular clothes that I've had for over a year, and they're huge and baggy on me. But whether I'm wearing the size 0 dress or the baggy clothes, I still see a fat girl in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I'm like, there's something. So
I
I
think in
tried to
your
look up, right?
yeah.
I between, I've got these two different contradictory sets of information. I weigh too much, but I'm smaller than I see myself as. And I'm like, what the
Mm-hmm.
fuck is going on? So I took all the data. I've been logging my weight loss data for almost 2 years, almost daily. I miss it sometimes, but almost daily. And I put it all into the Google, the input, the output, some weeks I had like I have one big meal with my son every week when I have him over and I cook for him. And that's when we watch the cooking shows, is when I have enough food, But so I put all that stuff in and I said, what the fuck is wrong? Why am I not losing weight? And the search result came back with big warning emojis, like the big triangle
Mm-hmm.
and the siren and stuff. And it says, contact a medical professional immediately. You may have a severe eating disorder.
Yeah, because
Well, shit.
when you talked about the having the meals with your with your son at an earlier stream, and you always talk all you have also talked about your weight loss. And because of my history, I am hypersensitive to anyone talking about that. Not that it like triggers me, but it
It just kind of makes the
makes
ears
my
perk
ears
up.
perk. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the logging, because it's all about balance. Logging your weight can be a good thing to do, like once in a while, especially if you are, say, overweight and you need or want to lose some weight, it can be good to like see the progress of it. When I was anorectic, I weighed myself every single day. When I went down to the Czech Republic, I brought my scales with me. I had a tiny, like, not garbage, luggage. My tiny luggage, and the scales took up maybe a fifth of that, but I needed to have it with me because I couldn't go away and be away for a couple of months not weighing myself. I made graphs on paper, and I didn't just check like kilograms. The scale at minimum, how do you say it? The scale of the scales had 200 grams intervals.
Sure. Yeah, mine goes to it's like 0.2 pounds, which isn't as good, but similar thing.
Yeah. So I logged the exact, and somewhere I still have those to remind me of the hell I was in. But I became fixated. It was a fixation. It was a what's the word when you use drugs? Dependency. Addiction.
dependency.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Addiction. So nowadays, I still have the scales, and I do weigh myself maybe once a year, but no more. I had to put myself on a complete ban for a couple of years before I used it the first time. And when I used it the first time after that, I immediately noticed that I wanted to do it again later in the day, and I wanted to do it in the morning. I didn't, but that further told me how many connection points something like eating disorders and anorexia has in your brain. That there are so many different factors that all connect back to this way of thinking. After I said I was in a treatment program. 7 years after that, I still had relapses, oftentimes multiple times a year. Not always that severe, but all I needed was I missed one meal because, say, I went by train to visit my brother who lives in another city. I didn't have time to eat lunch before, so I skipped lunch. And immediately those little whispers started to come, and maybe you shouldn't, maybe you should stop having lunch. Maybe you should, and I had to stay on my tippy toes all the time. So it can be very difficult. My point is, it can be very difficult to differentiate where am I, at what point am I doing something healthy, and at what point have I stepped over that line, and I mean not the territory of having a disorder, but where it tips over to be unhealthy.
Yeah.
And I think
relate.
in your case, I think the fact that you have gone through this huge change with both the hormones changing and your body changing accordingly, even though you are in fact going back to your true self. I think I think there is some logic behind thinking the reassembling of this isn't the best way to put it, and you may correct me, but the rearranging of molecules, like
It's not wrong.
it's not, no, it it affects your um, your body's weight in one way. That doesn't necessarily mean an increase in weight doesn't necessarily mean that you look bigger, that your body is bigger than it was. It can be more compact. You can have fat in places where fat usually is on a woman, but you are not used to having it in those location yet, because it's not been that long of a time.
Well, that's a different thing. Like, I mean, people say when I do have the big meal with my son, that's one of the ways I justify it. Like I have those mental hooks in my head that are like, well, at most I'll gain 3 pounds from this one fucking meal somehow, because that's the most I've ever seen is I eat one meal and gain 3 pounds somehow, but whatever. But I'm like, I can work that off the next week and maybe even make some positive progress. That's a frustrating thing though, when you like kill yourself to try to lose weight and then you eat one meal and it undoes an entire week's worth of work. It makes you not want to eat meals, it's but I digress. I justify it in my head saying, well, if you gain weight now, it'll go to the nice places that augment the curve. So I don't have a problem with like the fat deposits in the places they're supposed to be. The thing I was trying to deal with wasn't so much a matter of my actual weight, but the fact I had a really big belly and fat deposits in a lot of other places that, like, my neck was the size of my skull, right? Like, that's why I had to do a sleep test, because my neck circumference was so big. And now,
Oh.
I can put my hands around my neck and still have room to spare. Like my knuckles are crossing over in the back. It's remarkable the difference it's made. I've lost so much weight in so many places. Like putting my fingers around my wrist. Like
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that by several inches before. Like my arms were like this big and now they're this big, It's remarkable. But there's still belly there, and I realize women of my age have a belly, especially after a
Mm-hmm.
kid. But it's frustrating. But the main thing is, like, part of it is clothes. I realize I can't afford fucking clothes right now, but um a lot of my clothes don't fit because I've lost so much weight, and that's kind of a good thing, but kind of a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do happen to have the opportunity to look at clothes, I need my measurements, and then I measure myself, and I'm like, this is all wrong, and it's horrible. And on the rare occasions I can even get a doctor to talk to me, because aside from being trans, intersex, and a woman,
Mm-hmm.
doctors are just like, get out. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do with you, and even if I did, I don't want to have you as a patient. So on the rare occasion I can get a doctor to even talk to me, the first thing they see is, oh, here's your weight, you are way the fuck into morbidly obese based on your weight, height, and age. way
Do you
the
know
fuck
how,
into morbidly obese. Like if you have any problem, I can't even get my ears fucking looked at because the doctors
I
are like, well, have you considered getting your weight under control? And I realize that's a problem lots of women face. But still, to get that constant pressure from the few physicians that will even fucking talk to me of you need to lose weight, I get it. Like,
but
I
I
have to
mean,
make myself eat. I have a salad for lunch most days to shut my stomach the hell up, and I make myself do it because my mind wants to skip lunch. Like, you don't need to eat. You're fine. You can just wait until dinner. It's only a few more
mm,
hours, right? Like, after the big meals with my son, there's a part of my mind that I've so far managed to ignore, but it makes that suggestion that I should go, get all that out of my stomach so I don't have to digest it. It's
Ember,
not good.
Em, Ember, I, damn it, why are you so far away? First of all, I just want to hug you. Second of
Nothing.
all, the things that you are describing to to me now, the way you are thinking about this, while I understand it, the reason I understand it so well is worrying me.
Yeah, because it's the same thing. That's the only reason I'm
Yeah,
talking about it is because I was originally trying to express that I relate to the things you're talking about
yeah,
because I have those things going on. And I'm
yeah.
like, oh, hey
Have
folks,
you
bet you didn't know we were gonna be diagnosing Ember with an eating disorder on today's show.
have
That
you
wasn't on the agenda.
the I
Fuck.
understand that the issues with the physicians, or I mean, I don't understand it because they're fucking physicians. They should look after you and help you. Uh, but I can't help but think, and I know that the system in the US, the healthcare system is fucked up and things are expensive. But it seems to me that parts of what you're going through is definitely something that uh, a medical doctor should look at, like your ears. But I'm also thinking a psychiatrist to help you with um, because I look at you and I don't know if you have a thinning filter or whatever, how the fuck that would even work. I don't know.
Do
But
you
I
have
have
those?
seen you. I don't know. I don't think so. And I've seen you on other shows. I saw images of you from the Ark Encounter protest.
Mhm.
I do not get for the fucking life of me how any medical professional can look at you and say your biggest issue is that you need to lose weight.
Well, that's a doctor thing. Like, what does my weight have to do with my ears, right? Like, I have
Nothing.
another friend, a cis woman who lives a few cities away, and she can't get her fucking fibro treated because the doctors are like, "Oh, well, have you considered losing weight?" Because it's the easy excuse. It's the gatekeeping. If you haven't
Mhm.
lost weight, then I don't have a reason to talk to you. Like, the things aren't related, but it's a way to say, "Nope, fix your own bullshit before you come to me," you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
And for the
I think
record,
what
she's a very I mean, she has fibro, so she's less athletic than she used to be. But I mean, she rides horses and shit. She's very athletic.
so when when I was at in this treatment program, as I said, it the focus of it was eating eating regular meals. I mean sizes and normal food. Uh, and afterwards, we weren't allowed to, like after lunch, we had an hour of relaxation time where we would go into a room, listen to some relaxation tape, and just be. That was fucking torture the first couple of weeks, to just lay there with all of your anxiety and just take the anxiety. After a while, though, I started to fall asleep instead. And I started to long for that time after lunch when I could just lie there and relax. But the point being that I was so sure before I went into this program, and when I heard about how much we were supposed to eat compared to what I was, I mean, one of the snacks were about double what I ate in an entire day, sometimes in multiple days. I was sure I'm going to just skyrocket and blow up like a Barbie doll. Not a Barbie doll, a blow up doll. They're called Barbaras in Swedish. I don't know. Anyway, but I didn't. I gained a few kilos. And once that weight had been put on, it stopped. And realizing that, seeing that in myself, by my own eyes, noticing and also seeing the, because they weighed us while we were there, about say every second week or something, and noticing that, oh, I was sure with all this that I have eaten, I was sure I would just have gained 10, 15 kilos. And I've gained like one in the entire time I've been here. And maybe I don't really remember, say, 2.5 kilos I gained during the months I was there. I had made sure before I went there, I had made sure to do everything I could to start gain weight by myself, because if you were under a certain weight, you had to drink these nutrient thingies between meals, and they were like custard, like slurping custard from a thingy. Ugh. And I didn't want to do that. But the reason that it didn't skyrocket was that I was suddenly on a regular schedule of food. And instead of, I mean, at some points during the times I had anorexia, I counted my calories. I tried to get them below 500. I didn't really manage that, not during long times, but between 600 and 800 calories. Now, mind you, that 900 is the minimum to keep the body, like keeping breathing and all of that going.
In theory.
And brain function. Sorry? In theory, of course.
It's
of course.
on average,
course.
yes.
Yeah, on
it
average.
varies a lot from person to person. And
Yeah.
I know, because I so much relate to so much of this, because like I have these weight loss meals that are specifically designed to be low calorie, and they've become my regular meals for every meal. in part because I'm very poor and they're kind of inexpensive, but also partly because of the calorie thing. And like the highest end one I have tops out at 300 calories. Most of them are in the mid to low 200 calorie range. And so two of those plus a salad, which is, like maybe 10 calories for the dressing or something. Even with my coffee, I'm running at around 700 to 800 calories a day, which is one of the reasons the search results came back with you may have a severe eating disorder, because I'm below the limit to not die. But I've
Yeah.
been here for 2 years, and not only have I not died, I've lost weight, but like
But
I'm
the
still
thing is
stuck
that
where the doctors are telling me is way too heavy. And I'm like, what is the problem?
with with a calorie intake that low, your body is uh, in starvation mode. That means that it's going to suck out as much as possible and put it into your fat reserves. It's not going to use it for regular functioning. It tries to keep as much as possible of it. That's the thing with, and one of the things that I'm so anti diet culture. First of all, diets, I'm not saying you are doing a diet, but diets are based on taking away one or more of the uh, components that the base components, like what's the word?
The nutrients, like carbs or
Yeah,
something, like a no carb diet.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Most of them are based on that system. It also puts the body in a state of sudden starvation, which means that when you then start to eat regular again, your body isn't going to be, oh cool, now we don't have to be in starvation, now everything is as normal. No, no, no. It's going to go, okay, finally we have something, we need to save this because maybe there is another starvation soon. So it's going to put it into the reserves, the fat reserves. And when you then start your next diet, it doesn't, the fat reserves is the last resource the body takes from. It starts to um, in not inhibit, but drain your mental abilities first, because the brain is our biggest energy
Draw.
waster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's not waste exactly. Like
No,
most of
it's
the
not
background
waste.
functions are kind of important, and then the
Yeah,
cognition thing is
yeah.
it's power hungry.
Waste isn't the right word. No, that's true. Uh, but so when you told the story about your son and the meals you have, uh, what, and also your clocking of your weight loss and weight gain, I'm thinking not like, oh, you need to stop that now. That's not my thoughts. My thoughts are, you should look at it not as, oh, I ate this meal, I gained this much from one single meal, because that kind of gives the wrong signals to the brain. It it becomes this reward and punishment sort of thing, and compensation, and
Yeah,
that's when you
it very
start to
much
think
feels that
about,
way.
yeah. But if you instead think of it as, over time, if you were to say, instead of weighing yourself every day, maybe start with once a week, or even better, once a month. Because true weight gain and true weight loss doesn't happen from day to day. It happens over time, as with evolution.
Oh,
It
sure.
happens
I mean,
over time.
intellectually, I know that. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
I
I
also
know
know
that you know
days
that,
when I
but
get
I also
enough
know it can.
sleep, I've lost more weight in my sleep than on days when I have to cut it very, very short. You know, it's
Yeah.
like that's not as healthy. That's worse for me. It's bad for my. I mean, it's bad in general, but it's bad for my metabolism and digestion and all the other things.
Mm-hmm.
But we also do what we've got to do. Because this is, I mean, you know, I do these because they're fun and to help other people. Sometimes they're fun and to help other people, and sometimes to help me, but it's also my job at the moment. Like I can postpone some shows, like the random vertical call-in show, right? I had
Yeah.
one scheduled for Sunday. I bumped it to next Sunday because I was upset and I needed some time. Those I can move around. But like these shows, this is like going to work insofar as like it's the foundation of my ability to pay my rent and afford food.
Yeah.
And even then, I'm still kind of falling short. I need to work on things. So again, if you're
And
new here, please subscribe. Please don't unsubscribe during the show, whoever that was. I realize
also,
I'm not to everybody's tastes. You know, that's fine. But
sure,
like, don't be rude.
but also, you should subscribe to Ember because she makes banger videos. She's extremely knowledgeable. She's extremely kind. She's funny. And she has an awesome community here.
That's the main
So
reason.
that's the main reason. So even though maybe you saw the video about the shroud that she made some time ago, very informative, very
That
enlightening.
was a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back. I was just going with something that wasn't like, I was going to say that wasn't so controversial, but I realized that of course it is because of
Of course
Christians.
it is.
Anyway, being subscribed to a channel means literally nothing. It doesn't take up any space in your life. It just means that when you go to the tabs to the left in the YouTube interface, did I say, yeah, left, and you click on subscriptions, you see a, a, um, a an assortment
Mhm.
of
A whole list.
a whole list. But also you also see what they have put out. If you just click at the top at subscriptions, it's home, it's live or whatever, shorts and subscriptions. You can see what some of the people that you subscribe to has recently put up. Most people don't even use that function. They just go to the
Mhm.
homepage.
Yeah, whatever the feed shows.
Exactly. Otherwise, it's just a name in a list. You can even, if you're ashamed of who you are, or it doesn't have to be shame, it can be for safety reason. Say you're in a very Christian home and you cannot allow people to know that you are questioning things because that could be a risk to your safety, or to your uh, roof over your head, you having a roof over your head. You can make your subscriptions private in the settings so no one
Mhm.
can see them.
Yeah, mine are because
But it,
I don't want people to realize how many gaming channels I love Let's Game It Out. It's just so fucking funny. But it's completely like, this is my professional account, right? Like, I
Mhm.
if I comment on channels here, people can come and see this channel through that comment, you know?
Yeah, I have mine privated as well, but that's mostly because I'm slightly paranoid. Uh, I don't like to give out information.
Yeah.
uh, but either way, it, it's like instead of throwing your recyclable can in the trash, you give it directly into the hand of the person who is going through the trash looking for uh, recyclables to I don't know how you say it in English. When you give it into the store and you get a small amount of money back.
Oh, we call it deposits here, but other states call it different things.
Okay. Deposit back. So instead of throwing it in the trash, you just
Yeah,
hand it
for
over to.
recycling. I mean, well, some things
Exactly.
you have to recycle by law, but other things you pay a certain amount. In here in New York, it's 5 cents, which is basically nothing, but used to be quite a bit of money. And it's 5 cents per thing, like aluminum
Yeah.
cans or plastic soda bottles, and now water bottles too. But yeah, it's still 5 cents.
Yeah,
But you do
we
get it back if you return the damn thing.
exactly. So a subscription is like that in the way that you are going to forego your deposit anyway by throwing it away, but you make life easier for the person who sees a potential, even though very small, but income to sustain themselves. So instead of making their day even worse by having them rummage through other garbage, you just hand it to them. It's no real work on your part, but it's a huge help for the other one. And I realized that while I did a quite reasonable and logical analogy the other day to soot, I should really stop making analogies because I'm really bad at them.
I mean, every analogy is a bad analogy. The point is whether the point you're making with the analogy actually lands, you know?
Yeah, and I think that's the issue I'm having. I feel like they don't. But that might be because I'm also rambling and people get bored. And yeah,
It's been known to
subscribe to
happen.
Amber. Subscribe to Amber.
I mean,
Remember
please, please.
Ember in November.
Okay, that works. That checks out. Yeah. I mean, we're doing our best over here, folks. And like I said, I understand I'm not everybody's cup of tea, right? Like there's so many atheists who are like, "Oh no, a woke flag. It'll turn me gay if I watch a channel with that on it." That's fine. This content isn't necessarily for you. I hope you might still find something useful here. We talk about a whole bunch of relevant stuff, and the fact you're afraid of talking about physics or critical thinking or history or any of the other stuff we get into because of a symbol on your screen, that you may want to explore that about yourself, perhaps.
Hmm.
But as long as you're not a bigot, you're welcome here. You know, we want to grow together. We want to learn when we're mistaken about things. It just it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But I
And I
mean,
mean,
yeah, somebody's
even
going to
if
be a hater. If you don't want to be here and you only want, if you need the fires of hate in your life, then fine, go do that somewhere else. Wonderful. I hope you're happy with it. But like, if
you can be a hater, but you can be a hater in your own space. You can hate watch without commenting. commenting, that's fine. You're still welcome to subscribe. It's when you act out your hatred via your keyboard that's the issue. That's what we don't really want.
Equus has solved the problem by just making us all gay.
Thank you, Equus. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, no. Yeah, it works. No, maybe.
I mean, okay, well, it's
I
complicated
might
because,
have
as
to
you
have a
know, here in
conversation
the
with
United States, everyone is female by executive order or non-binary, depending on how you read that executive order, because it's got incoherent definitions, but details. So if
details.
everyone is female or non-binary, then if you're attracted to anyone, you are gay,
True.
at least here in the US.
Yeah, so that's the problem for me. But if I'm, because in reality I'm only semi-gay, meaning I'm bi.
Oh, you're half gay on your mother's side.
Yeah, exactly. But Soot isn't. But now we are both gay, and the way I think this probably works, when you become gay, you also become trans, because hateful bigots don't care that much about what's what. They just care about the hate.
Well, they care about the fucking boxes, right? It's part of that social control thing. The very same reason that so many of us actively oppose religious control of our societies, because it's about the fucking boxes. It's in everything. It's penis or vagina. It's not penis or vagina, though, right? Like, I mean, for one thing, I didn't know until I was 44 years old that not everybody has a vagina, but that's neither here nor there. Everyone has a penis, sort of. Do you know the difference between a penis and a clitoris? Because there isn't one, medically speaking. It's the same
not medically speaking,
organ.
Aesthetically speaking, or aesthetically it might not be, but
yeah,
how the visual of them differ, but not by much.
Not by much at all. And you know, there's different functions in the different reproductive strategies and this and that and whatever. But do you know how doctors, at least here in the US, determine what's a penis and what's a clitoris? They have a fucking ruler, right? And if the glands measures this amount, it's a clitoris. And if it measures this amount, it's a penis. And if it's somewhere in the middle, you take a guess and you start cutting to make it fit one of the two boxes. Everyone has that organ. And if you want to call that organ a penis, everyone has a penis. It's a spectrum. It's a distribution. There aren't two clear-cut boxes unless someone starts cutting.
Wait. So, through you, I found out that everyone is female at conception.
Well, it depends on how you configure things. Like, everybody starts with the basic female phenotypical plan, but at conception, you're only one cell, you know?
Right. So, but you could still say then that everyone is female.
I mean, insofar as
born with a penis.
It depends on how you define it, right? Like, are we looking at just chromosomes? In which case, no, everybody's not female. Some people are XY, some people are something else, right? But if you're looking at reproductive capabilities, like so many of the conspiracy theory folks are like, oh, it's gametes only, which is a weird thing. I've mentioned a gazillion times, but my favorite thing is to be like, if sex is determined by gametes only, then am I intersex because I have intergametes? Clearly that's not the case. So clearly it's not just gametes, is it?
Right.
fucking assholes. But it depends on which characteristic you're using to try to determine sex. If your characteristic is, does the person have a penis? Then no. When you're a single-celled zygote, you don't have a penis. And therefore,
course
by
not.
that single criteria, you could say it's female.
But when you're born, as we just said,
Everyone has a penis.
everyone has a penis.
And a lot more people have vaginas than you might think.
So a penis vagina.
Kind of. Oh, that reminds me of an awful fucking joke. In fact, you know what? Speaking of jokes, first of all, thank you, Jester, who sends a $2 super chat. Thank you. And says hate. But Jester, jokes. Okay, old, very bad joke. It's probably going to get me banned from YouTube, but it'll be fine. We'll find each other on the next channel. A father and son go to a grocery store. It's the son's 18th birthday, so the father buys him a lottery ticket, and he wins like $5. And wait, no, it's the other way around. The father wins $5. You know what? I'm gonna fuck up the joke. I should look it up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. I'll save it for another time when I can do it properly rather than just fuck it up. Yeah. Right-handed Sith says, according to Forrest Velkai, we are both / neither phenotypically. Words are hard, folks, and it's been a long morning. We are both neither phenotypically during gestation. We even have a cloaca. At some points, yeah. It depends on when you're checking.
Yep.
It's an adventure.
Hooray!
Yeah, for sure.
But see, that's kind of the thing. The whole putting people in boxes and being afraid of everything that doesn't fit in the box. If it doesn't fit in the box, it has to fit in the box. It has
that's
to.
the thing. That, you know,
Yeah.
the people who rant and rave and unsubscribe and are like, oh, I followed you from back when you were on Aaron's shows and you were making strictly atheist content, but now you've got this woke flag and you're clearly mentally deranged and yada yada. They don't like it because I break the concept of boxes.
And to me, having, as I mentioned before, the easiest way for me to put words on how I was brought up is to say I was brought up fascist in a family cult type situation that was very abusive. So the whole boxes things is something that I've always had to, as a child, I had to accept it as a reality, but it didn't work with how I experienced the world around me or how I thought about things. But it's made me try to analyze and look at people who think in this way and what makes them so harmful to others. And of course, no one really fits into any of these boxes, any single one of the boxes, I should say. There will always be parts that does not fit into the box. And now I'm painting a very morbid mental image with body parts spread around everywhere.
Oh no, you have to cut off the parts that don't fit. But that kind of is it, right? It kind of
Exactly.
is. People are terrified, and I get it. It's scary to me too. It's disillusioning to find out that the world you grew up in and you were always told this is real isn't.
Hmm.
I get it. I understand that you come around after, months or years and you're like, "What the fuck is going on Ember's channel?" And it's confusing and you have to confront some harsh realities. We're not just coming for the fairy tales about magical beings in the sky. We're coming for the entire underpinnings of culture because it's
Yeah.
all fucking lies. And
Yeah, and it's all connected, which makes it, the way I see it, it makes it impossible to only talk about what's wrong with the Bible. Because the issue isn't that there is a book that was compiled, or books that were compiled into one book about 1,700 years ago, that goes further back. That is not the problem. The problem is everything that comes with it. And one of the things that comes with it is this division of people into pre-made cookie cutters that doesn't fit a single individual. And that causes a lot of harm. It causes harm to the people who follows it, and it causes harm to those around them. And I think the reason that many people are drawn to it, even though it causes harm, is because it's easy. If you manage to convince yourself that the world is or white or black, there are no gray scales. It's either or, yes or no. It's dichotomy all over, all the way down dichotomies. That makes it easier to comprehend the world as complex as it is. It also makes it easier to find answers to very complex questions. Those answers won't they won't be sufficient, or I won't say incorrect, because they can be correct for part of reality, but they aren't all encompassing as they pretend they are.
right. Like Forrest
So
likes to say, every
yeah,
model is wrong, but some of them are useful.
yeah, and but we like to put things in, and I think this goes even for those of us who hate the boxes, who sees the boxes and who does not want to have anything to do with them.
Well, I wanna clarify. I don't hate the
No,
boxes. Like if people find comfort in those boxes, fantastic for them. I wish them well. It's when they try to force everyone else into the boxes because they like them. Now there's a problem.
yeah, and I think, because I fully agree with that, but I do think that when you draw that line from, I feel comfortable in this box and I want to stay here, but the reality of life and existence and reality is that you are not in an actual box. You're not isolated. You are a part of a society. You interact with the environment around you. You have an effect on your surroundings. Even if you decide to live as a hermit on a mountaintop or way up in a fir tree, you still have an effect on your surrounding by doing so. So when those um, uh, I view them now as like strings that shoots out from you into the world. The fact that you are in that box is going to cause problems for others, meaning you can be in a box, in a very boxed off area of all the things that is in life, but you can't be in a box when it comes to all of them, because then you are going to um, your actions, you being alive and therefore interfering with the world around you is going to have negative consequences. So
Yeah,
you
every
have
single
to
thing you do. Like,
exactly.
people talk about time travel stories, right? Like in
Hmm.
time travel stories, they're always like, oh my god, I can't use a tissue because it'll fuck up the timeline. Like, I'll move a tissue that someone needs to use that causes a thing to happen that makes a flower fall in a Rube Goldberg sequence of events, and suddenly the Archduke Ferdinand has been assassinated and the world is at war. So yeah, the reality is like that, right? Like, time is, for one thing, time is more durable than that, but also right now has the same impact on the future as if you were a time traveler in the past.
Yep.
Everything you do ripples outward. It's not a
Yep.
matter of doing something, it's what you choose to do. You're going to make ripples. Make
Hmm.
choices based on the ripples you want to send out.
Yep.
At least that's my take on the matter. I have
No,
taken
no, no.
inspiration from the chat and changed my title to I'm not, it's partly Dr. Tapioca Weasel, but partly the whole rainbows, how do they work thing. So know what? For the moment, at least, until I find a different joke.
Oh.
I'm the empress of rainbowology. It's fun. Also, Jester sent us a rainbow, a super sticker of a
Oh,
rainbow. Thank you much, Jester. Much appreciate. I should
yes,
wrap
there
this
is
thing
the
up. We're
best.
already into overtime. But I do
Oh,
appreciate y'all sticking
yeah.
around and
And
being here. Like I said, this show has gone in an unexpected place.
yeah.
It's
And
okay
I'm
because,
sorry.
like, we're so to answer, some people have asked, the threshold for a video to stay up is 100 views. If we're not even close, this video is going to disappear moments after we're off the air. But the videos that have vanished are still visible in the playlist for Hot Topics. So all the shows are still there. They're just not visible on the display page. That's all. But thank you all so much for joining. Before we go, I do want to finish up the one quote I actually did mention. Hope will never be silent is from Harvey Milk, the first openly gay elected official of any kind in the United States, famous mayor of San Francisco, and assassinated in office for just being himself openly. Yay, US, I
Mm-hmm.
guess.
Land of the free, where you can't even be who you are
You get
without.
killed for coming out of your closet. And
Mm-hmm.
that's a thing that's still fucking happening. Because I will
That's the
remind you
worst part.
folks, this January, when the new asshole got inaugurated, a famous veteran who happened to be trans died in Syracuse. A young trans man was tortured to death just a couple hours from me in the other direction. And I don't know if it's because I happen to be trans, or I happen to be intersex, or I happen to be an aggressively vocal atheist, or what the reason was, but one of those fucking red hats came for me. I survived. Those two didn't. They're still coming for us today in
Yes.
2025. So be
Yeah.
proud, but also take care of yourself. And that includes eating healthy, not just eating less.
Exactly.
Thank you, Deviant, for joining. Like I said, it's been a weird, unexpected directions of things,
Yep.
but I appreciate you coming and
Thank
talking
you.
about this stuff. It's really important, not just for public consumption, but for me too. I needed to hear a lot of this,
Thank
so I
you.
very much appreciate it. And
You're very, very
thanks
welcome.
to all of you folks for joining us. Like when Deviant was ranting about how great it is over here, it is the community. I'm just the person who produces the shows. I do my best. But the reason I'm here is because of you folks. So thank you for being here. And I'm having emotions. Damn you, hormones, for making my brain work properly again. As
I'm
always,
gonna say
remember,
something, and you are
go ahead,
just gonna
go
sit
ahead.
there and take it. You're not gonna say anything back. You're going to do your finishing
All
afterwards.
right, say your thing, and I'll just hit the button. I'll let you pirate away with that.
Thank you. We love you, Amber. I love you. I care about you. I cherish you. I look up to you. And I love your strength, your knowledge, your tenacity, your kind heart. And in my humble opinion, so should everyone else because you are precious.
Thanks to all our patrons and top-level members for October. Miranda, Karen Butcher, Jessica the Transmetal Alchemist, Robin Webster, Maya Adkisson, Jimmy Tux, Ian Chen, Kalasia, Lilith, The Barely Bearable Atheist, Eric Wander, Jason Jacoby, Godless Engineer, Jester, Lil of All Trades, Deviant Outcast, and Kelly King, the Detroit Atheist Queen. And you can add your name here next month by signing up at patreon.com/betterthanember, or by joining Emberships here on YouTube at the Cinder level, which includes all the custom emojis, tons of member-exclusive content, member-only live streams, and a bunch of other stuff. I deeply appreciate all the supporters who keep this channel going. Thank you all so much. Because of you, we're building a wonderful community that I'm very proud of.
Just like a spark that's breaking out, can't make a stop.